KATC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back to part 2 of our Tropical Storm Barry coverage. Barry, a tropical storm now, a minimal one at that, but expected to strengthen close to a hurricane prior to making landfall. And that's what we have to plan on because the landfall is going to be here in Acadiana. So let's take a look at the big picture right now. Latest forecast track package coming in from the National Hurricane Center at 4 o'clock this afternoon has Barry with 40-mile-per-hour winds drifting to the west, but we do expect a west-northwestward turn, but we'll see how the convection that's on the west side of this system, if it tugs it a little bit back farther to the west. So stay with us. Watch for the 10 o'clock update tonight. Might see a change in the forecast track in either direction, but bottom line, making landfall, 70-mile-an-hour tropical storm perhaps, and just in here, it could briefly go to a Category 1 hurricane. So that's why we've seen hurricane warnings posted for a good part of the Louisiana coastline, offshore, and including Vermilion, Iberia, St. Mary, Lower St. Martin parishes. And we might see these warnings, hurricane warnings, get extended into perhaps St. Martin or Lafayette Parish as we get closer to the event. And we may see that happen tonight at 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, the rest of Acadiana from eastern Cameron Parish on through Jeff Davis, Allen, Evangeline, Acadia, Lafayette, St. Landry, Upper St. Martin parishes, all under a tropical storm warning, which means warnings mean that conditions close to a tropical storm or a hurricane are expected within 24 to 36 hours. So here's the European model. We're going to talk winds first. And again, tomorrow during the course of the day, winds in the 30, 35 mile an hour gust range. They're going to be breezy. You're going to know something's up and getting closer to home. As we head into early Saturday morning, that's when the winds begin to move inland during the course of the afternoon. And again, this is a coarse model, but we're using this model because it most accurately reflects where the strongest winds are going to be. And these are going to be sustained winds, probably 40, 50 miles an hour. And the gusts are going to be increasing perhaps 65 to 70, 75, maybe even a few 80s in the tropical rain bands that are going to be pummeling portions of Acadiana. The storm continues to move farther to the north. By midnight, it's up toward Alexandria or a little bit close to that, and then moving out. But notice the wind's still gusting 35, 45 miles an hour early Sunday, and then finally abate into a Sunday afternoon. So here's the European model, which closely reflects the track of the storm, and right now what it looks like offshore with all the heavy convection on the southwestern flank. This is going to be wrapping around though with time as the storm gets closer to the coast. European model likes landfall, very similar to the Hurricane Center right in St. Mary Parish. The center of the storm somewhere between Lafayette, Breaux Bridge, and perhaps over toward Butte-La Rose Saturday mid-morning, but the big convection coming in during the course of the afternoon on the southern and then on the eastern flank of this system as we head into Saturday afternoon, evening, and even the overnight hours. Here we are at midnight Sunday, and notice these tropical rain bands still sticking around through Sunday morning. So still the threat of flooding rains will continue most of the Saturday afternoon, Saturday night into midday Sunday, and then things will begin to calm down and we resume a more summer-like pattern as we head into early next week. As for rainfall totals, again, this is just one model run. It's not an official forecast, but we think the European model is really on it right now. This is what we have, rain accumulations going through 10 o'clock Saturday night. So the flooding is going to be afternoon into the evening and nighttime hours. 5 to 10 inches of rain. Isolated amounts will be higher than that. And then as we head overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning, the rains will continue to pile on. So rain totals are going to be 6 to 12 for a good part of Acadiana. A lot less as you go to the west. And again, this is the area that we'll watch. This is going to shift again, but this is 10 to 15 inches of rain. Once you get into the brown, you get into the red, you're talking 20. You get into the purple, that's 25. So some folks are going to see somewhere between 20 and 25 inches. We hope it's not here. We hope it's nowhere, but this is the way it's going to pan out. So here's your potential graphic on when your timeline on when you expect things to come up. That storm surge coming up at least 3 to 6 6 feet. That's going to be Friday night through all day Saturday and into Sunday because of the persistent south winds. Prepare for winds in the 40 to 60 mile an hour range, gusts to 70 to 80 in squalls starting late tomorrow night, continuing through Saturday into early Sunday. Tornado risk there, but not a major concern. So tomorrow, good day to plan. Get all your hurricane preps and supplies ready to go. We're going to see breezy conditions, northeast winds at 15 to 20, gusting to 25 or 30. And then as we move into the next 5 days, hurricane or tropical storm conditions for Acadiana for Saturday. Temperatures hold down, wind, rain, flooding, storm surge, the whole 9 yards. That continues into early Sunday and then back to a summer scenario thereafter going into next week, and we'll certainly need it by then. That's it for weather. We're going to be right back right after this.